Exactly 1 month ago, the country was thrown into a state of mourning after some 152 people perished in a twin disaster.
The dead bodies within.
It was the darkest and longest night ever in Ghana's history, a very tragic one indeed. June 3, 2015 will forever be imprinted in the memory of residents and passers-by at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle, specifically near the Gulf Filling Station, where lives were lost, property destroyed, and many injured in the twin disasters of flood and fire. A month on, we return to the scene and find out how people are picking up their pieces.
We are expecting Goil, because the fire came from the Goil. And I know it's that Goil is a government-owned oil company.
So 1 month after the twin disasters, what lessons have we learned as a country? What has become of the forensic investigations by the Ghana National Fire Service? And what has become of the 5-member committee that was set up by President Mahama? What measures have since been put in place to avert a recurrence of this sad Wednesday? My name is Aisha Ibrahim, and this is today's big story. Over 150 persons who were seeking shelter from the rains at the station lost their lives after heavy downpour which caused devastating floods in Accra.
The dead bodies within Circle or Donna. Indeed, very energetic young men and women who could have added to the country's economy as far as productivity is concerned have died. We have about 3 days.
A month on, many people are still displaced, whilst many more are struggling to put bits and pieces together.
On the evening of Wednesday, June 3, 2015, Ghana had one of her most disastrous moments being recorded because this place I stand, the Gulf Filling Station, exploded. There was flood and fire and a lot of casualties were reported. Over 100 people lost their lives in that incident. We can see Ernest Safo, who was 59 years old, Kojo Adai, a driver, a popular one here we are told, Helen Danso, who worked in this filling station, was 22 years. We also see Philip Opon, who was 53 years, and then Emmanuel Kweku, who was just 27 years. They are not the only casualties. Some parents lost their children. Some couples lost their partners. Businesses were shut down. A lot of people lost their belongings to the flood. We're saying now we say Jumano say Abanisano, Obi and saying Juman, so be a Mabium, say Jumano, Guano. Omo bakra mini baby a meye no agese mape baby a meye ejuma na nsa na me akoba omo amane say dia ha na me wo. She's saying that she's lost all her customers because when they come around and they see the empty place, they think that she's locked, she stopped working.
Please, I sell oil, palm oil, and other things.
Approximately how much did you lose with all the things that got flooded?
At least about 50 million.
You lost 5,000 Ghana cedis.
Yes.
So how did you pick up? How did you get these things to sell back?
I don't have money, so I went for those who gave us the goods. I went and played, and she gave me some.
Businesses were shut down, and the Vienna City, which is directly opposite the Guile filling station, was no exception. That I have with me the senior supervisor, Ebenezer Mponsa. How has business been after that?
Oh, they are not coming gradually. For the past 8 days, they are coming gradually. But the Ramadan also affecting us badly.
I'm in the home of 66-year-old John Cotti. He owns the 16-bedroom story building that we are currently in. Unfortunately for him, he lost 13 of these bedrooms to the fire. How are you going to rebuild it for the tenants to come back?
We are expecting.
Well, joining me on the phone now is the Deputy Public Relations Officer of the Ghana National Fire Service, Billy Anaglate. Many thanks for your time on today's big story, Billy. Hello, Billy Anaglate.
Hello.
You're on today's big story. We appreciate your time. What have you gathered from your forensic investigations into the June 3 twin disasters?
Hello.
Hello, Billy. We can hear you clearly.
Yeah, but your line is very faint. If you can speak up a little bit.
Let me try and speak a bit louder. I was saying that you opened investigations into the June 3 twin disasters. What have you gathered so far?
Well, the investigation is still ongoing. We've not concluded our investigation as of now, so we will not be able to say exactly what we have gathered so far. We would expect that until we conclude on this investigation, we will not be able to say anything on that.
But I know even though investigations have not concluded, in the interim, you need to put in some measures because the rains are still here. So what measures have you put in place to avoid a recurrence of the June 3 disasters?
Yeah, thank you very much. Just after the June incident, the chief officer was able to call in other stakeholders that have a role to play in trying to, first of all, prevent some of these disasters. He has also gone ahead to meet oil marketing companies to also let them understand that he has formed a task force, and the task force will be going around to inspect premises, especially the filling stations, and those that will fall below our expectation and our requirements, their licenses will be actually evoked until they are able to regularize with the fire service. And come on Monday, this task force is going to move on to some of these filling stations and then to inspect and to identify those that might not be meeting the standard, and that they will be asked to stop operating until they are able to meet those standards. So we are doing this to ensure that any disaster, since everybody, anywhere, whatever anybody is doing, has a role to play in trying to prevent it. We have, apart from bringing in the stakeholders and the oil marketing companies, our education towards that direction as to what people should do before the rains start, and what they should do during raining, and what they should look out for, have also gone ahead. We have involved some of the media houses, and then we are educating people should also know individually what they should also do to assist in trying to prevent some of these disasters. So the fire service is not sitting. We are moving everything that will assist us to actually prevent these disasters from occurring again.
So when are you looking forward to concluding the investigations?
I will not be able to give a time frame, but I know that it will not be too long. Hopefully these investigations will be concluded. Last week, the committee came out to declare that yes, their findings have stated or led them to the fact that the fire did not actually start from the Guile filling station, and that was made public for the public to know and to understand. So we are hoping that anything that will come out that needs to be sent to the public for the public consumption, they will quickly do that.
Well,
so
many thanks to you, Billy Anaglate. We thank you so much on today's big story. We'll be looking forward to seeing a conclusion of your forensic investigation and probably some recommendations. Well, back in the studio is Frank Agude. He's a survivor of the June 3 disasters. Hi, Frank. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good. I can see that your wounds have healed and you're returning to normal. So what have you been up to after 1 month of your survival? What have you been up to?
I'm fine.
Speak tree, speak tree.
Oh, no, yeah.
Okay. Now 1 month in the then what started here Juman kakra.
Canam dear Juman and soon fight. Young Juman Siano, Fita Phone say, a twin G for fry the bois. Now, can't sit in some year triba in fleet. Tom said, I say, better seat covers as shown, and I say, scour crab a toffee fly.
Okay. And see, so far, when you will be a man still.
See, I'm a cow now, so make a chair no say. No for about consulting to over EMT, just a year and a chance. With me, I be one.
Okay, to say, I then I'll pass out by your mouth.
Oh, no one day, me young war from by one. Say, my senior, you might be driving now, and I'm going to certificate. So, me young driving working with you, meeting me.
Okay, so I've been speaking with Frank Agude. He's a survivor of the June 3 twin disasters, and he's saying that after 1 month, he's still struggling to make ends meet. He's calling on government to come to his aid. He's been a driver ever since. He says he doesn't have any trade, and so he's trying to fix his car back so that he can start doing his commercial vehicle business. Then he can earn a living. So we're hoping that government will get to him. Not more for no more bow. Or my bro, any man no more chichenibi.
I'm bring mattress in the bucket.
And one can't show some baby yama.
I'm Jim number some be frame, I'm frame.
Okay, so he says NADMO officials gave him a mattress and a bucket, and they took his number and said they'll get back to him. So he's still waiting. Hopefully NADMO will come back to him and some help will come from somewhere. We've been trying to get the Accra Mayor, Okovandapo. He promised to speak with us earlier, but he's not picking his call. Mayor, if you're listening to us, kindly pick your call, because we need to know from June 3 till today, 1 month ago, we had all this. What lessons have we learned? In fact, the Accra Metropolitan Assembly has been bashed, criticized widely for not doing much to avert the annual flooding in Accra. And one of the major decisions the AMA took was to demolish Accra's biggest slum, Old Fadama. Let's take sights and sounds and hopefully get the mayor on the phone to speak on the issues.
The dead bodies within circle or donor. Indeed, very energetic young men and women who could have added to the country's economy as far as productivity is concerned have died. We have about 3 dead bodies in front of this building.
On the phone lines is NADMO Regional Coordinator Barima Osei. We've been trying to get the mayor. We'll hopefully get him and put him on the other line to speak on the issues. But Barima Osei is on the line now. Good evening, Bala. Thanks for joining us on today's big story.
Thank you very much, madam.
Well, 1 month after June 3 disaster and some displaced victims have still not received relief items. Is it that NADMO is not well equipped or the personnel are not up to the task?
Thank you very much. Please, my name is Bala Mekanka. I'm the Deputy Disaster Chief Control Officer, Greater Accra, meaning Deputy Regional Coordinator.
Many thanks for the correction. Many thanks.
Yeah. As you said, it's true. You know, this the disaster happens to be a nationwide. It's not only for, in Greater Accra. Oh. And having said that, we have we have municipal assembly, and then we do have that's the AMA and then the MMDs. Almost all the MMDs, whatever. We discuss over that. We do have a NADMO office in all the municipal assemblies. So I think we went and take assessment upon everybody, and then we served almost everybody. But there's those who didn't receive it. Maybe on the day that we were doing this, the distribution, I think they are not at home, and then most of them to have received items on behalf of them. Yes.
So, how long will it take you to give all these displaced people to have their share of the distribution?
Yeah, as I said earlier on, this is a national one. This is a very big, not only in Accra, even as far as Tamale and Co were even affected. Even Accra had a major, disaster than almost all of them. But having said that too, we did it in collaboration with the AMA, so to the police and then the fire service. Even the national security was even part of it upon the way we distribute our items. Before we do the distribution, I think we do call the municipal assembly, the chief executive of each of the municipal assemblies, including them with the police, and we go around. At least we'll just give a little sensitization around that people should come for this and that and that. And then I think we did everything, madam. Not that, you see, it's a circulation. No matter what you do, someone will have something to say. Even if you said everybody, you give them everything, they will still come back and say that it's not received.
So are you saying that all the displaced victims have received relief items, but they are coming back to say they haven't received?
I may not say all, but then we did a majority of it.
But you were giving items to distribute to all of them because all of them are Ghanaians. So have they all received relief items?
On my records, almost 75% of it have been, they've received relief items.
So when are you expecting the next 25% to receive their relief items?
As we speak, even now we are doing the distribution as we speak. Because we're doing some distribution around even Fadama, Old Fadama and Co. So then, as for that very one, we're still going on. So then not everything that we may get at the time.
You have also been accused of being political in the distribution of relief items, in the sense that some people tagged to be NPP have been discriminated against. Is that the case?
But you and I knows what's happening in Ghana here. Despite whatever you do, surely oppositions or whatever will surely come back and say we've done this or we've done that. But it's never true. That was why we were doing this very exercise, not only NADMO official, so to the police and then national service,
fire service,
air service, and then almost everybody, including the chief executives. How will we even know? How can we even know this thing is a NDC or PNC or CPP? No, we just serve everybody because this is a national cake that we're supposed to give it to everybody. And then almost every house also have this. Almost every house, they are much more affected. So then upon our own way of distributing an items, we just we'll bring it openly, maybe to be a school park or maybe the municipal assembly. We'll just call everybody to come and make a queue. We'll call the number, the names and their number of household. And then we serve them through what we have, our documents, and that's what we've been doing up to date. That's what we are doing up to now.
About 53 adults yesterday accused you of coming to pick and choose because they say that when you come, you've registered them in a certain number, and then you jump the numbers. For instance, you give number 1, you don't give number 2, you give number 3. So they are suspecting that you do your own investigations to find out that maybe number 2 is MPP. Is that what has been happening?
It's never true. Because over there, the crowd will be much more many there. How over there, how on earth you just said this is for number 2, there's a question mark, let's jump to number 3. It's never true. But then you see, no matter, as I keep on saying, there will be an issue. But maybe those names or those people, their name wasn't part of the record. It could be that before we start doing any distribution, we'll go around taking assessment of whatever whatever, or household, or whatever happened. Or maybe you could be that maybe in your room you are 7 or 10, and then we have to take assessment of it before we start the distribution. It could be that the day that our officers or we went round, it could be that they are not at home or they are not even around. But then it will end up some people coming from nowhere and then taking an item. But even with them, we do give them the relief because we have more here. And then what are we going to do? Use it for.
Well, when it first happened, you made us understand that you are challenged with resources. And so, well, the rains have not stopped. We are not praying for another disaster. But how well are you equipped in case of any disaster?
Yeah, you are 100% right. Actually, as for natural disaster, it comes on its own, and then we don't know the volume of it or the volume of the disaster or maybe the size of it. But sometimes, as we speak, we are also arranging, making things available, especially our logistics are ready. We do have a lot of things that I think we can manage. Maybe we don't know what may happen again. We pray to nothing may happen like what happened on the 3rd of June. So we are not praying that disaster should also happen again. But then with a little one that we have the challenges, that we do have a lot of challenge, especially getting the items even from the suppliers to our office or to our store is not that easy. You see, so then we are facing more challenges. As for that, we are facing it.
And 1 month on, have you made any efforts to ensure that these challenges are curtailed?
Yeah, the government is, the president is doing well upon, because right now we do have a new boss. So then with his own leadership, I think all these things, I think he will channel it to the president, and then, if possible, we get it as soon as it is here.
Well, there are times that you also complain the AMA does not inform you when it is embarking some major activities, including demolitions. How well is your collaboration with other agencies like the AMA, the fire service, the police, and all the agencies you work with?
Yeah, it's always like that. Because, we keep on saying the AMA is doing that, is doing what. But then the truth is that we want our bill to be passed by Parliament, because if our bill has been passed, then we also have our own way, like power, where we can also give permits, and then we can go and check before you build your house. Because most of the houses that you see, they don't even have permits, and then where they build their house to is also a disaster-prone area, because it could be that the area is a low-lay area, meaning low-lay area. There's no way you can build. That place is supposed to be empty, like the way you can Malam. When you happen to pass around Malam, you can see that where they do the overbridge. The lowly, the land itself, it's supposed to be untouchable. But just go there and see what is happening. People are encroaching, people are building fast, and then we don't know how we can't even stop them because we don't have that legal right for us to go and demolish or to destroy their things. But all the same, we are still collaborating. Maybe things will work on our own. Yeah.
Well, many thanks to you, Bala Mekankan. We'll be checking up on you to ensure that you do the right thing. Many thanks on today's big story. Let's get back into the studio where Frank Agude is still with me. But if you had seen Frank Agude a month ago, I'm sure you will shed tears. Let's look at how he looked so it can inform our discussion, because we still have him here in the studio.
Mr. na me food biano code biano top timi code biano top no na jana ba be sinse ekwa me ti filling station wo boom filling station ye wum no na jana ba asoroa ba first na jana ba ne de na ya se no nko na ehye ba filling station blast ye no na ma jana ba asoro ti satan na me se biano so ba biana se no e jana ba be sia mansuo no nko na san ho na me san wuru free biano so be to nsuo no chon.
You're saying that when you drop from the tree into the water, was there fire on the water?
Frank Agude a month ago. Frank, I'm sure you should be singing praises and thanks to God today. Into final words here then. Answer now be jai or then I'll better catch Omomoda hospital still I saw my any more almost so much me survive it to say.
No, Omomoda hospital near Empire and Bomon say almost on better. Yeah, actually, a Juman so
He's hopeful that his colleagues who are still at the hospital receiving treatment will get well soon, like he has gotten well. And he's also hoping that those who have lost their jobs, those who have nothing to live on, will also receive aid from government so that they can also make a meaningful life or also live meaningfully. This has been today's big story. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for coming on today's big story. We'll be back with Joy News Interactive.